Well, there's no doubt there's some great fishing tournaments along the Alabama Gulf Coast, but when it comes to tournaments with multiple categories, what's the best strategy to get a win? Jim Cox has some easy tips that put you on the podium come weigh-in time in this week's Fishing the Coast.
Tournament this week on the Causeway. It's the Marsh Madness Tournament taking place, and talking a little tournament strategy with Bobby Aberscotto. So Bobby, everybody loves a tournament when there's multiple categories like this one. You got redfish, you got trout, and flounder. But you, a guy who does a lot of tournament fishing, you kind of got to have a plan going into these tournaments.
That's the key with any tournament fishing is you got to have a plan, you know. And if you got time and if you have time to do a little bit of pre-fishing, you know, to come up with that plan. That's the thing is but you got to have a game plan. I don't care if you're playing football or whatever you're doing, you got to have a game plan, and that really applies to tournament fishing.
Are you better to maybe pick your best category as opposed to trying to compete in all the different categories?
That's exactly right. So, you know, and that's part of the plan too. If you happen to, you know, feel like you're on some bigger trout, try and win the trout. You know, if you're good at red fishing, try and win the red fishing. You know, so that's a good plan. You can always get lucky and stumble across one of those because they all kind of live in the same area. You can always get lucky, but I would highly recommend doing what you're good at if you have to compete in a tournament like that.
Tournament fishing this week on the Causeway. It's Marsh Madness, and for Fishing the Coast, I'm Jim Cox.